Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me in another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to create a place card which you could use for a wedding, reception, birthday party, dinner party, or anything that requires a place card. It will have variable data, so you will not need to type in every guest's name, and I will show you the methods with the flower and without. I have put together a free template that you can use. I will leave a link to it in the description. You could use the size I have made, or you could change them to your own sizings. The template is for A4, but if you are using US letterhead, you only need to change the sheet size and the template will fit perfectly. So firstly, I open up the template in Microsoft Word and enter a name to be a placeholder. I choose a type size and change the font. I double click on the name, and on my keyboard I click Command C, which is for a Mac, or Control C for a PC to copy. I click inside the next cell and then click Command V or Control V to paste. I do this for all 8 cells. I save my file and will come back to it later. I open Microsoft Excel and select a blank workbook. Here I will enter all the names I need place cards for. You could have 5 people or 500, it doesn't really matter. This will work for any number. I then go to File, Save As to save my spreadsheet and rename the workbook Guest List. I reopen my place card Word document and I'm now going to use a mail merge. I select the name in the first cell and go to Select Recipients. Use an existing list. Then I select the guest list I just created and clicked Open. Next I go to Insert Merge field and select Names. If you remember, the first thing I typed on the spreadsheet was names. This is what has come up here. If you were doing an envelope mail merge, you would have more name fields. So for instance, name, address, postcode, country, they would all show up here. I just need names, so I have selected names. I want each cell to have a different name as per the spreadsheet. So to do this, I am going to select on the name within the cell, go to Rules and select Next Record. I then go back to Insert Merge field and select Names. Because the font is script, it warps my cell. I will fix this by selecting the next record text and click on Home. I'm going to change the font to Calibri and also point size 8. Now I copy all the text inside this cell and paste it into the remaining cells, excluding the first one. If you have followed me and completed everything correctly, when you click on Preview Results, you should see a different name in each cell. I'm happy with the results and I'm now ready to finish the merge. Click on Finish and Merge and select Edit Individual Documents. As you can see, it has completed with no errors. I have blank cells on my second page because I only had 10 names on my spreadsheet. From this point, you can save the document and print another time or print straight to your printer. Now on to adding images. To add an image, go to Insert, Pictures, Picture from File, select your image and click Insert. The first thing to note is you need a high quality image for this to look professional. I'm using a high resolution PNG today. If your image will fall in between the bleed lines, you will not need to do the next step and can move your image into place within Word. If your image is going to fall outside of the cell, you need to use the bleed lines and fix the image to make sure it doesn't overlap any other cell. To do this, you will need a design program. I am going to use Adobe Illustrator, but you could use Photoshop or any other program that can do this. In Illustrator, go to File and New. Here you will enter in the final size of your place cards. If you are using my template, you will need to put in these dimensions. You will also need to enter a bleed. I'm going to use 3 millimeters. Click OK. You will notice the red line around the white box. This will make sure your place card will have no white edges around the image and look professional. I select the type tool from the bar on the left and click on the artboard. I enter the same details I did in the Word document for the placeholder text to see correct image sizing. So point size 70 and the font. Move the name to the center. Next go to File, Place and select your image. Click anywhere on the artboard to place it. As I have a high quality image, it is larger than the artboard, so click and hold the box handles in any corner with your mouse, and while holding the Shift key on your keyboard, resize the image keeping the aspect ratio locked. Keep resizing and moving the image until you have it where you want it. I want a reflective design, so I'm going to copy and paste the image and then place it in the other corner. My flowers are now where I want them, so I'm going to delete my placeholder name. I have part of my images going further than my red bleed line. If I added this to my Word document, anything outside of the bleed line would go into the next place card, so I'm going to fix that. I select the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle box using the red line as a guide. Now I rubber band select all of my images on the artboard, right click on the mouse and select Make Clipping Mask. Now everything is within the bleed. Select File from the menu, then go to Export, Export As. Change the name of your image and make sure the format is PNG. Click Export. Make sure the resolution is high 300 ppi and that the background color is transparent. Click OK. Go back to your Word document before you did the mail merge, and from the menu select Insert, Pictures, Picture from File. Select your image you just created and click Insert. While the image is selected, click Picture Format from the menu and select Wrap Text, and then in front of text to make sure you can make changes. Right-click on the mouse and go to Size and Position. Under Scale, make sure height and width is 100%. Move your image around until it is where you would like it to be, within the bleed area, and then once completed, right-click on the mouse. Go to Wrap Text and select Behind Text to make sure you can access the text. Select Image once more and click Command-C or Control-C on the keyboard to copy image, and then Command-V or Control-V to paste. Place image in the correct spot and do the same for the remaining cells. Now keep on going with the mail merge exactly as I showed you at the start of the video. Once the merge is completed, go ahead and print off your file. Cut the place cards to size and cut and score the base card. Glue and then assemble. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Please let me know if you did. I am also open to suggestions. If there is something you would like to see, please let me know. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again next week.